Welcome everyone to another video, and in this video we're going to be covering a Ferocious Cup tournament. I know I said I wouldn't cover too many, but this is kind of a special one. This is from, at the point in time, at the conclusion of this tournament, the number 6 ranked player, pretty similar rank right now, from Team Infinity Go. So shout out to them for sending me the video and as well doing the team layout cutouts, because those take absolutely forever to do. So I really very much appreciate this. And we're going to be taking a look at, I think it's Cristozun. I'm just going to call it Christos. I'm not even going to attempt the first player's name, but this is an 8-round tournament held in Chile. This is the Pokémon Go huge mega tournament that they host every month. Absolutely nuts. We're going to see Umbreon versus Alolan Raticate. Alolan Raticate, a decent counter to, or a decent substitute for Umbreon. This matchup is very IV dependent, which is what a lot of last resort Umbreons tend to struggle with. Is being able to get the correct IVs. There goes that Hyper Fang, does a decent amount of damage. Umbreon hitting Alolan Raticate with resisted snarls but neutral last resorts, while Alolan Raticate is able to stick around because of the neutral quick attack and neutral Hyper Fangs that deal, which also have stab damage. So we're gonna see whether or not this is gonna do enough damage to KO. And it is so able to win out that shield matchup. Alolan Ninetales does come in, and this is bad news for Alolan Ninetales. I expect the Psyshock to come through. Very beautiful switch on the opponent's side. Going to switch out into Suicune, forcing the shield anyways. And as well, we're going to see some more shield pressure come about. This could be a bulldoze, and ends up being a bulldoze. Man, Alolan Sandslash is very spammy, but Suicune is also spammy on its side. Does burn the last shield there, and needs to expend a shield to ensure this is probably going to be an Ice Punch. And I'm guessing it's an Ice Punch. Gonna go for the Hydro Pump. This is probably not going to KO, but gonna put it does KO. Okay. I've never seen this land before, so and expect the Psyshock to come through. Shields coming up, pretty straightforward match. Just gonna get to, I don't even sure gonna get to definitely gonna get to the Earth Power and going to KO and win out this match. Nice attempt from his opponent's side, but even switching there didn't really pay off that much. Probably was better off with not absorbing the Earth Power and like looking to get an energy advantage. His opponent does catch the lead. This is a very favorable lead. Gonna switch out into Suicune. Let's see if there's any response back. Gonna go into B-Barrel. B-Barrel, iffy. I think a slightly losing matchup to Suicune, especially after that Hydro Pump lands. Gonna look to land another Hydro Pump, and here comes likely a Hyper Fang. Oh, it's just a surf. Okay, it looks like the word surf is the same in Spanish and in English, so I was able to understand that one. Hydro Boomba right there, landing 2 Hydro Pumps. That is extremely demoralizing. This is likely just an Ice Punch, not going to KO. It's a Bulldoze. Okay, all right. Gonna switch out into Umbreon, and man, I can't see. Maybe if it's a Skunk Tank in the back, it would do okay. Here comes an Ice Punch, and here comes a a Foul Play. Excelente, and another Ice Punch coming. Oh wow, okay, really? 3. Well, I guess that kind of makes sense actually. 3 Snarls the second one. Gonna look to build up to 2. Just short of 2, I think. Let's see. Yeah, just short of 2, but able to land the second one, and gonna look to land the Bulldoze. Is that the Bulldoze? Okay, all right. Gonna switch out into. Wow. Okay, that's a very interesting move. Man, I don't know. This Alolan Sandslash is gonna go to town though. These poison jabs man, I don't think that was necessarily the correct move to do, because it was unlikely that it was going to fade down, but it turns out to be not that big a deal. Does correctly identify that, well, probably should have went for Earthquake there, but it's fine. This is not going to KO, but one poison jab, not a huge deal. Risky play. Alolan Sandslash does double resist those poison jabs, which is, and then Christos identifying that was probably a mistake and probably unlikely to farm down. The farming down was the right idea. Okay, I have no idea how this matchup goes. You do ultimately want to land. Hyper Fangs are more energy efficient than Crunch, but Crunch cheaper and only 2 crunches required. 2 fainted down. I'm going to go for the Earth Power, but the question is, does Christos have anything in the back that's going to be able to... I expect the shield to come up, and then a farm down, and then whatever comes in next is going to get hit by unresisted Earth Power, or could go for Earthquake. Okay, going to go for the Earth Power, and this B-Barrel is going to be able to farm down, and no defense drop. This B-Barrel got, 4 or 5 water guns off. Gonna go into Umbreon, expecting that there is a Alolan Ninetales in the back. And this is why Umbreon is way too OP for this cup. This B-Barrel maybe trying to land the Hyper Fang. A lot of people don't like to shield the first charge move. No, going just for the surf. And well, here comes... Let's see what it is. It is another surf, and gonna look to land another foul play, just overcharging for a couple reasons. One, if no shield comes up, gonna be able to quickly land this charge move, and I expect immediate switch out into Suicune, and this should be a relatively straightforward match for Suicune. Does have to shield the Bulldoze, and gonna look to land the Bubble Beam to reduce the damage from Alolan Sandslash. And man, Alolan Sandslash does not appreciate that Bubble Beam. Gonna force the shield eventually, because these Bubble Beams are gonna add up in terms of damage, and this matchup is pretty much over. But man, Christos' first opponent, pretty tough. This was not an easy and straightforward match. Gonna just go for 3 Bubble Beams, man, putting this Alolan Sandslash on ice, as in not very effective. And this matchup, man, this is absolutely brutal. Man, imagine getting fainted down by 4 Bubble Beams. Not a great position at all. Next round opponent is going to be Brian 1523, and we're going to go into the Umbreon mirror match. Pretty interesting lineup with Alolan Raichu and Nidoking. We're going to see how they decide to play this out. Going to go for the last resort, recognizing that they're already at 100 energy. There's no point in trying to farm down further. And here comes Alolan Ninetales, going to hit the last resort. Let's see if Christos has something in the back to be able to take it out. This is likely before the update, or Christos doesn't have the update. Gonna be able to probably farm. Oh no, okay, not gonna take the risk. It is 8 charms to get to a charge move, so I'm a little bit surprised there. And potentially even gonna come back in with Umbreon with a ton of energy. Gonna be able to hit this foul play. Gonna be able to hit another one. I don't know if a shield will come up. Shield does come up. Expect the Earth Power to come through right now. Wow. Okay, gonna go for the Earthquake. I'm really shocked that Earthquake I'm kind of shocked that B-Barrel didn't come out first time to be able to more effectively farm down the Nidoqueen, but did go for that looked like Hyper Fang and did a pretty decent chunk to Umbreon, and this foul play should be coming before this B-Barrel is able to get to a charge move. Let's see if a shield does come up. A shield does come up. Gonna switch out into Suicune. If this catches a surf, Oh man, beautiful move, absolutely very nice. And gonna go for the Hydro Pump. Likely not going to shield. The hardest hitting move that's going to occur is going to be the Hyper Fang from B Barrel. So recognizing need to save that for B Barrel. But man, this Umbreon is putting a lot of pressure on. And this might be okay still that the Umbreon didn't actually KO. Going to be able to get a little closer to Hydro Pump and super close to Hydro Pump and able to land it and take out the B Barrel. Man, Suicune. I've seen a lot of Suicune used for Bubble Beam damage in setting up, but this is a really effective use of using Suicune for its Hydro Pump capabilities. Let's see. I saw, I forget whose match I was casting before, where Cristozun was the opponent and was the actual only defeat of this player. I can't remember, or the really close win. I can't remember. Anyways, catches the lead again, and this is going to be not so good, and going to switch out into... I'm surprised. Oh, okay. Kind of, Umbreon makes sense because doesn't have to be matched up with the Alolan Ninetales if it does lose this lead advantage and hits the Hyper Fang. I know there's a lot of really high up players doing that. Is one Snarl short of landing back-to-back foul plays. So gonna have to do one more. I think it's better to go up to 7 and then hit back-to-back, hoping that you can obtain the self-piggyback. And gonna have to shield if wants to control switch advantage, which is gonna be it's not overly critical, especially as shields go down. Gonna go into the last resort to do a lot of damage to this Alolan Ninetales. Gonna switch out into... No playing around, eh? Well, I guess the thing is, like, there's only B-Barrel. But, man, this B-Barrel has enough health to actually do quite a bit of damage to this to this Nidoqueen. Let's see if a shield does come up. No shield. Just going to let it go. Going to look to farm down. Man, I really don't know about this farm down. That was probably... Man, these Shadow Claws absolutely do no damage. Yeah. And here comes Alolan Raichu. Man, very iffy switch in with Lanoon. Gonna look to land another, and no dig on this Lanoon. I'm not sure because ran out TMs or strategically gonna use Thunder some other way. But man, okay, it worked out, but I don't think necessarily the correct move. And as well, maybe not being as aggressive with Nidoqueen. Certainly could have did a few more poison jabs. No need to rush the earth power, especially if you can count correctly. And it does take a while for Alolan Ninetales to get to a Psyshock. A really long time, like 12 turns. Like you can land almost 2 earth powers by that point in time. And here comes B-Barrel. Gonna look to land this Earth Power. But man, these did quite a few Aqua Tails. Let's see if a shield comes through. Does burn the second shield. Man, yeah, this works out fine. Gonna likely... Man, he likes to do Hyper Fangs. And it is another Hyper Fang. Unshielded Hyper Fang. Gonna have to land, looks like 2 foul plays to be able to take out this B-Barrel. And should be able to land it before Surf comes through, especially that second last resort, or second foul play only comes after 3. Gonna face this. Oh man! Oh yeah. Okay. This is where, expect the crunch. Oh man, no shield. Yeah. I don't know. That's a iffy call, in my opinion, but it's quite okay. In a pretty big lead, so Was fine to do that. Gonna farm up more, which is good. Recognizing that can farm up a little bit. Gonna go for the Thunder. This is the third and final match. Doesn't really matter. Gonna be able to land this Grass Knot and able to take out this Alolan Ninetales. And we should be moving on to the next round unless I've lost track of the matches. We will see in a moment. Man, almost 5,000 win. That's crazy. All right. A very impressive number. Okay, I'm assuming this is the next opponent. I could be wrong. Looks like a different opponent. We're going to find out. Gonna switch out into Suicune to meet up with this B-Barrel. And gonna let this go through. Hyper Fang does a lot to it, so gonna look to land this Hydro Pump. Man, the Suicune has generated a ton of energy. Gonna look to land the second one, but man, I don't know if it can. Gonna bluff that it can land this Hydro Pump, and let's see if a shield comes through. Gets a second shield, which is decent for sure. Man, gonna come in with a Alolan Sandslash. If this Skuntank has Flamethrower, that would be pretty OP. Gonna have to shield eventually. The thing is that B-Barrel is a huge problem in the back. And gonna look to land. Oh man, able to get to this. Wow, that's very quick. Able to get to this Ice Punch and take out the Skuntank. And let's see, Umbreon in the back. And we're going to switch out into, man, this B-Barrel is probably too slow on the switch. And, oh man, nice play. Not able to take it out though. So it does get the huge defense drop because that B-Barrel is probably very close to, oh man, no shield. It's going to be close. Gonna want to land this Earthquake. Do you shield? Yeah, you definitely shield. And you want to go for the Earthquake. It's going to take 4 Snarls to get to this second one. But man, this is not going to be enough. I don't think. This is not going to be enough to KO. But needs to switch out. Huge switch out. Gonna get to this Umbreon before it can. Man, excellent, masterful identification of the switch window. Understanding the exact moment. If he does get farmed down, that was going to be absolutely terrible. Able to take the first match in round number 3. And we're going to go into second match of round number 3. We're seeing an Umbreon mirror match. Going to go for the last resort, recognizing that can't just keep going or it's going to waste energy. And looks like Tomas did QSA probably. And looking to, they're going to play the situation. They're exactly the same. And another QSA coming through. And there you go. Man, I expect the last resort to come a little sooner from Tomas if he's QSAing so much. Nope. Was looking to absorb. Let's see if a switch out occurs to a Alolan Ninetales to take out this Umbreon. This is only going to be a foul play. Or maybe a last resort. Yeah, only a foul play. And here comes Skuntank. But Skuntank with a slight energy disadvantage. Gonna have to apply a little bit of pressure. Is this crunch going to be enough to KO? Not enough to KO. Man! Very nice. Probably not Ivy defending because it still is able to get a good chunk off. Man, this Skuntank is gonna be able to get off another charge move, and which is fine. Gonna let it go and then look for the farm down from Suicune. Man, Suicune with a lot of energy, but shields are still up, and man, able to get just enough to a Bubble Beam. And we're going to see this matchup play out. And we're going to expect some shield baits. We're going to expect some counter play on both sides. And going to look to land another Bubble Beam. And I expect no shield, and off to the races. Suicune is at a little bit of an energy disadvantage. Does the surf bait? Let's see how this is going to play out. Let's see if a shield does come up on this Hydro Pump, or if it's going to not get shielded. Shield does go up, and a little bit of a lag on the Suicune side. Another surf bait, which is not going to do very much damage at all. And man, is this Hydro Pump going to be enough, though? I don't think it's going to be enough. It's going to leave this B-Barrel at a little bit of health. Watch for the Umbreon switch out, though. And going to look to land this Hydro Pump. Christos understanding that if he lands this Hydro Pump onto this Umbreon, it's going to be GG. Needs to farm up a little bit and able to take it out and win out this match. Well, is this going to be enough to KO? Yeah, it is. Okay, they had almost no health. And they ran literally the clock counting down to 0 in that really intense match. But Christos able to take game number 2 in round number 3. I think it's round number 3 or it might be round number 4. I don't know. This is a lot of rounds for me to cast. And going to switch out into Suicune. Able to catch that surf. Really precise and excellent counting. And we're going to see the Alolan Ninetales come in. And here comes the Bubble Beam, looking to nerf the damage from this Alolan Ninetales. And another Bubble Beam is coming through. Still no shield going to come up. And wow, okay. This Alolan Ninetales, I don't even know if this Psyshock is going to KO. Probably is, but you don't know. You don't know till you don't know. Oh, man, if it's able to end a third one, that would have been absolutely devastating. And going to look to land this Psyshock and not take very much damage. Oh, wow, that would have been so bad if that third Bubble Beam would have came through. Likely a farm down would have occurred from the Alolan Ninetales. And no, not able to take it out. Going to look to farm afterwards, and we're likely going to see, I'm going to guess, an Umbreon showdown in the back. Nope, Shelgon showdown. Okay, all right. Umbreon, relatively easy win, I want to say, but these Dragon Breaths are going to add up. 2 shields are up, but man, can Shelgon withstand all these charge moves coming through? And with Umbreon having 2 shields, is this going to be way too much? But man, these Dragon Breaths are no joke. Man, you might even just attempt to Dragon Breath down. It might be your Dragon Breathing down is your absolute best bet. But it's not going to be enough despite the help from the water guns. And don't do charge move, man. Not when they have 2 shields. Unless you have like a debuff move, but even then it's a little too late. The additional charge move is gonna be able to take it out. I have no idea who. I don't know. Okay, or you, something like that. Anyways, we're gonna lead a lone Sandslash into it. Was trying to catch the foul play, unfortunately not able to, and gonna get hit by a Last Resort. But man, such a daring switch in to come in with an Umbreon, knowing that they have a Alolan Ninetales. Unless I missed something and they switched out into Umbreon. I hope not. I will find out in a moment, or else this really doesn't make too much sense. And what the heck? Wow. That is a very late switch. Not a good situation at all. And just going to shield. This is, in my opinion, the better play. Because you get more than one charge move off for shield. And these ground moves are largely unresisted. And going to be able to land. I'm not sure it's going to be able to land 2. Because, man, this Alolan Sandslash is ultra spammy. Going to be able to land 2, which is great. And if no shield comes up, this is likely going to KO. and shield does come up. And man, this Alolan Sandslash just doing work. Man, not the right move on, or, huh? What was that move? Likely going to go into Umbreon. And they're going to be able to survive this Ice Punch. They're going to be able to land the foul play. And it's going to be very important. Oh, wow, okay. Going to reset. Interesting. Let's see if what charge move this is going to be. Going to be the Gyro Ball. Was fearful of... And Gyro Ball is going to be neutral because it's super effective ice and resisted by steel. Man, does a lot of damage. And expect the Gyro Ball in retaliation. But is it going to be able to farm it down? Oh, man, that's such a risky farm down. Going to go Ice Punch. And this is going to either KO or leave Umbreon at single-digit HPs. And it's definitely going to KO. So, really nice play. Super risky, in my opinion. Like, huge misplay from Hugh, or something like that. Anyways, gonna go into a favorable matchup, and I think this is the 4th round. Could be wrong. Could be the 5th round. I don't know. We're already 26 minutes into this video, and there's still a ton of really exciting matches to go. This Umbreon can survive this charge move, and it's just going to be an Earth Power, no defense drop, and gonna land this foul play. A shield does come up, but man, it's going to get... Oh, yeah, okay, never mind. I was going to say, doesn't get beat to the second one. I guess not. Gonna let this go. And going to come in with Alolan Sandslash to absolutely farm down this, and does count. Probably could have did like one more, but not a huge deal. And let's see what comes in retaliation. It's going to be Umbreon. Alolan Sandslash matchup, not terrible, but does miss one bubble on the Ice Punch. Going to be able to be ultra spammy to this Alolan Sandslash, and want to put as much damage as possible. Gonna switch out. Oh man, let's see if there's a Alolan Ninetales in the back. Let's see. No, gonna be a Alolan Sandslash in the back. Wow. Okay. All right. Now we're talking. Now this is an interesting battle. Can shield, can get to this Earth Power and KO this Alolan Sandslash. It's going to be super close. It should be able to beat it by one turn. Oh man, no, never mind. Second shield is going to have to come up and going to have to hit this Earth Power right away. Ends up in a CMP tie. If it won that CMP tie, would have been absolutely huge. And going to look to farm down, which I don't know if it's necessarily the right move. Oh, man, this is like thinking like you literally stopped attacking there to look to farm down some additional energy, but man, it's within one. This is too much. This is too much for this Alolan Sandslash to overcome. I can't imagine. It's gonna have to land. No, there's no way. No way. Is this foul play not KO? And loses first match in the tournament. Wow. I think played it as best as I could, like not attacking, but really nice play by Hugh, something. Anyways, and now they're in the opposite situation where now he's using Nidoqueen in this decisive game 3, but was able to win out the match, right? Like, this is not going to KO. Going to be able to get to this second Earth Power, but his opponent playing it slightly differently, and going to get to this Earth Power. Let's see if a farm down does occur on this Umbreon side, or if it's going to look to... Man, this Umbreon has a lot of energy in the back. And don't expect... yeah, wow, okay. All right, going to be able to... Oh, wow, okay. Ooh, man. Gonna be able to farm up a decent amount of energy. Wants to hit it before it gets hit by another charge move. And this is gonna KO. Let's see if this is gonna be a Alolan Knight. No, Nidoqueen in the back. Man, what's in the back? Shelgon? No, there's no way you bring Shelgon in. Alolan Sandslash? Alolan Sand. Are we gonna see a Alolan Sandslash mirror to finish up this tournament? Gonna let this go and expect the farm down from. Oh man, and expect the farm down, and we're gonna see an Alolan Sandslash mirror. Yes, we are. And man, doesn't even need to bait. Gonna be able to get off these gyro balls. And man, does a lot of damage with those ones. And oh man, I'm not sure why he tried to give his opponent a chance. That's an Ice Punch. Does get the bait though. And gonna land another one. Let's see if a shield does come up. Man, very likely a shield's gonna come up. A shield does come up. You can't really Ice Punch because it's gonna double resist. Expect another Ice Punch. No, going for the Gyro Ball. Man, I don't know. Like, I think you needed to double bait to have any chance to win. And just going for 3 Gyro Balls was the correct play. Really nice job. And moving on to, what is this, round number 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Going up against... I don't know. Grass? I'm just going to say grass. I don't want to say the other interpretation of this. Anyways, going to go into... Man, going for Thunder. Oh, man, looking to KO. Oh, man, that's a very not great play on there. Could have... Yeah, I don't know. And... Okay, so, that's not bad. Gonna be able to... Let's see if this is going to be a Hyper Fang. This is a Hyper Fang, and able to KO. Let's see... Gonna go into Alolan Ninetales to see what's in the response in the back. Man, not a good switch in the back, but man, is this man, it has 2 shields though. Is this gonna be enough though? Gonna be able to shield, and then crunch. 2 crunches is 13 turns. 3 Ice Punches is 15 turns. So gonna have to blow both shields, which is gonna be fine. As you can see, the crunch did have like probably a 1-turn advantage there, so should be able to get this Ice Punch right now. Gonna look to build up a little bit of energy, and then it goes 7-6, 7-6. So able to farm up a decent amount of energy there, and then gonna be able to one-shot this Alolan Ninetales. And it's not really that big a deal. Alolan Ninetales is not gonna be able to put that much pressure onto this. Alolan Sandslash, but man, nice play. No answer for Alolan Sandslash in the back, and here comes Nidoqueen into this Umbreon, and let's see. Again, we see this matchup before. Umbreon does win this match and can get like a decent amount of energy, but oh man, a little bit. Not sure why Cristozun decides to pose with his Pokemon sometimes randomly, and gonna be able to landing the back-to-back, which is huge. Is this gonna prevent the second Earth Power? Oh, maybe. Oh wow, okay, really nice play on his opponent's side. Gonna shield, recognizing that there's not gonna be that much of a farm after this charge move, so it's not really that big a deal. And does get the second shield and gets the defense drop. Ooh, that is very good value as excellent value. Gonna land this Last Resort and gonna look to Last Resort, which is not gonna KO, but put this Umbreon at very low health. Low-ish health. And let's see what's gonna happen. But man, this Umbreon putting in work though, Let's see if this is gonna be. The question is, can an Umbreon? It's gonna look to farm down. Oh wow, okay. Is this a last resort or foul play? Foul play. All right. And you're gonna be able to build up a little bit of energy, but man, if this is a Alolan Ninetales, it's gonna be able to do quite a bit of damage. Oh man, I don't know if Cristozun can survive this. To be honest, I'm gonna be honest, guys. Like this, I think the Bubble Beam first would have been it was the appropriate move. I think having the Bubble Beaming first and then going for the Hydro Pump would have gave it a chance, maybe, like to potentially land out 2. But this is gonna be too much for unless like I don't even know what could be in the back that would potentially lose. Here comes B-Barrel. Yeah, this is going to be too much. These water guns are going to be way too much. Yeah. Nice play. But Crystal made the mistake. Like, it's so tempting in that situation just to go for the Hydro Pump. You got to have self-control. Land the Bubble Beam, then land the Hydro Pump, knowing that you can survive. And then you have a little bit more health to potentially land a second Bubble Beam and take it out, but losing that first match was not great. Gonna end up in this matchup against Skunk Tank. Gonna let it go. And here comes the crunch, and looking to bait the bait. Let's see if a Hydro Pump does go through. Hydro Pump does not go through. And gonna look to not even able to land this parting gift of a Bubble Beam. This is gonna be this is a difficult match for. I'm not sure. This is game number 3? I think this is game number 2. And is this gonna be Chrisos's? He did lose in this tournament. I can't remember when. Maybe it was against this opponent. We're going to find out in a moment. And we're going to see this B-Barrel is going to be able to farm down on this Alolan Sandslash. And, man, expect the immediate switch out into Alolan Ninetales. No? Okay, all right. No shield. Yeah, this match is over. This match is over. And maybe, I don't know, does have a lone Sandslash in the back, but this is not going to be enough. I think this is where Christos loses. Let me just double check. Oh, okay, nope, that's not it. I am not currently looking at the screen, but I'm pretty sure this is where he does lose. A huge upset. And going to move on to the next match against Baz, Zark, Ketchup, BK. And going to look to land. This is a favorable matchup for Nidoqueen. As you can see, the difference in the poison jab damage is pretty tremendous. Oh man, here comes Vaporeon. This is Vaporeon aggressive switching in. But gonna be met with Umbreon, and Umbreon's able to take a Vaporeon down a shield advantage. So, in one of the very few Pokemon that can beat a Vaporeon on the switch-in. Oh, lands a last resort. Similar approach to how people do B-Barrel with Hyper Fang, but like it's much higher difference in DPE difference between Aqua Tail and Last Resort. Oh, not able to KO. Oh, well, okay. Probably not the right move to go for Last Resort there. And going to end up in the Umbreon Mirror match. All right. And let's see. Going to be able to survive this Last Resort. And then going to be able to do another one for sure. And then his opponent can finish off this matchup with a foul play. So expect a foul play to be the next charge move. Gonna switch out into... Oh, wow, okay. Into Skunk Tank. Why? Interesting. I am so curious on very aggressive switching, which is good. Gonna look to land this Bubble Beam bait. Let's see if a shield does come up. Shield does not come up. This is not good for, but this crunch is gonna do less damage and not a ton of damage. And gonna look to land this Hydro Pump. Let's see if a shield does come up. And no shield. And here comes here comes Umbreon. Ooh, okay. All right. I don't think can land this. Man, I think the shield would have been better for Nidoqueen, but gonna look to double Bubble Beam down this Umbreon and really nerf this Umbreon. Now we're lagging a little bit on this recording, and gonna switch out into Umbreon. Oh man, really gutsy move, but man, catch up BK. Our BK had no choice there. Gonna have to look for the farm down. Maybe that's the right move. Oh, only 18 seconds left on this match. I had to just survive this 18 seconds with this Nidoqueen. This 5-4 timed out and wins the match. Stops, man. That was a pretty baller move. Be like, I don't need to tap anymore. I've already won this match. That was, what the heck? Okay. All right. I'm not sure if Christos recognizes that the timeout was occurring. And, wow, that was a crazy heads-up match, if that was the case. Going to go Umbreon into the Shelgon. Shiny Shelgon. This is a favorable matchup for Umbreon. Again, this Dragon Breath damage is so oppressive, but this, man, Umbreon spam is just way too much. And expect no shield. And Flamethrower, nice job. Flamethrower, more energy efficient than Twister. Twister, pretty bad move, despite being stabbed. And gonna look to, nope, not gonna look to farm down. Could have farmed down, in my opinion. But yeah, because there's no farm down, does burn the shield, which is gonna be worth something, but loses switch advantage. This might not matter because this Suicune with the energy advantage is pretty dangerous. Here comes a little Ninetales. Gonna look to land this Hydro Pump. See if a shield does come through. No shield. Oh wow, that is devastating for, and I expect the shield to come up. Let's see what comes out, unless there's a Lairon or something. Whatever's in the back is gonna, oh man. Umbreon in the back. Oh god, not good. Doesn't necessarily need to shield this, but smart to shield the last resort. And what? No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. And well, okay, maybe his opponent conceded, able to win out that second match, and going to go into the third match. And we see the Ninetales mirror match. Let's see how they decide to play it out. Looks like his opponent was lagging, and his opponent recognizing that, gonna switch out. Man, nice aggressive switching from his opponent. Body slam. I don't think it was enough for. Oh, it was enough for a rock slide. Wow, rock slide, pretty devastating move. And gonna look to land this Hydro Pump. Let's see if this Lairon does shield. Lairon does shield. Gonna put some shield pressure onto this Suicune. Let's see if it's gonna be a body slam. Oh, it's another rock slide. Oh wow, okay. It's what I'm not sure what Chris is trying to do there by standing there. I really don't know. Doesn't have another water. Ew, this is gonna be very interesting. Wow, okay. Looks like this Ketchup BK is going to win out this third match. Getting a little... I don't think this even KOs, to be honest. No, gonna need to... I was going to say, like, sack the... Oh, man. This person is going crazy for these rock slides. Gonna hit this foul play. Man, I'd maybe switch in my little Ninetales and just try to do as much damage as I can and get the mirror switched down. Oh, but, man, here comes Shelgon. Shelgon's in... Shelgons be Shelgons. I don't know. This is a very long video. So, okay. Oh, man. This is not good. But this is the third match anyway, so it really doesn't matter. And, man, this Dragon Breath damage. Shelgon smirking. If you could see his face, it definitely would be smirking. Okay, gonna go into the next round against Lauren Scott. Rocking a pretty interesting team. No Nidoqueen. Rocking Skuntank as the only anti-charmer. Electing, instead of going 2 anti-charmers, electing to go an anti-water. But against a single water team, a little iffier. And here comes B-Barrel, going to be met with Umbreon. And Umbreon able to... Oh, man, a lot of people... So many players going this Hyper Fang first because people don't like to shield their Umbreon. But sometimes going the Hyper Fang means that you can't land the second Surf. Oh, maybe, though. Maybe, yeah. It looks like you can in this case. If this is a Surf, it's going to be able to survive it, but not going to risk it. Going to look to do the farm down, and let's see if a Ninetales comes out. And it's an Umbreon, but with a lone Ninetales in the back. I'm pretty sure this matchup is basically a wrap. And gonna look to land this another Last Resort. And to be honest, might as well just play out. Gonna grab the shield and gonna land another Last Resort, which is gonna do a decent chunk of damage. And might as well just like let it play out, let it generate as much energy as possible. It doesn't really matter. Here comes Nidoqueen, and probably not gonna shield this Nidoqueen. Oh, gonna shield the Nidoqueen. Okay, all right, that's fine. Because another crunch is coming through. And gonna go into Alolan Ninetales, and this Umbreon in the back has almost no chance. I would say almost, because it's gonna be able to land this Last Resort, and even another Last Resort is not gonna KO. Right, and then just needs 3 more, which is enough. Oh man, this is gonna be close. Don't land the Psyshock. That actually does less damage than a Charm. No, no, that was very unnecessary. Maybe if you land the Psyshock and they don't land a Snarl, then you're in the positive. But yeah, risky. Okay, so in this matchup, Umbreon does win the 2 shield. For the most part, but Skuntank is able to do quite a bit of damage. Let's see if this is going to be a Sludge Bomb, or it is a Sludge Bomb. Does a decent amount of damage, but Skuntank does win the 0 shield because Skuntank can survive this Last Resort, and then going to be able to land a Sludge Bomb right before it faints, and this would KO Umbreon, or should KO Umbreon. Oh man. Yeah, there you go. Okay, that's exactly what I expect. But gonna get the energy advantage on Suicune, but taking quite a bit of damage from... Oh wow, okay. No Ninetales this time to put a lot of pressure onto this. And this weekend foul play is gonna matter. And gonna look to land another one and really nerf down this Umbreon. And gonna look to land a third. Oh man! After 4, it basically halves Umbreon's attack. This is foul play. It's not gonna do very much damage. And gonna look to switch out into. Oh, gonna be met by this B-Barrel. This is not good at all. And really excellent play from Lauren Scott. I don't know if like it was just the better back end. And then gonna be able to get this Earth Power before this. But I expect the second shield to come up and then a farm down from this B-Barrel. And yeah, and then a little bit too much energy. I expect the Surf bait. Man, you just even go double Surf is probably the right move. Yeah, and then another Surf is going to come through. Probably need to land that Bubble Beam to have any chance of surviving. Well, did survive. Okay, but laying the Bubble Beam anyways, like why not attempt to? But man, these water guns come out way too frequently. Man, maybe would have had a chance if it no, probably no chance. So we're gonna move on to game number 3, or is this game number? I think it's number 3. Yeah, number 3. All right, and this is in round number 7. And Umbreon and Skuntank. Let's see. We've seen this matchup before. Skuntank barely wins out this matchup. And here comes a Sludge Bomb. And gonna land another one. But does Christos have a Alolan Ninetales in the back to better manage this, or is going to shield to maintain switch advantage? Nope. We're gonna end up in a very exact same situation as last time. Does have Alolan Ninetales this time to manage the back half, but let's see if this Umbreon going to come through. And Umbreon is going to come through and going to look to Bubble Beam. And I expect the switch out to occur a little sooner. Gonna tank this foul play. And I expect, man, in this case, like, let's see. It's gonna be a very interesting matchup. Gonna switch out into a Alolan Ninetales, the mirror switch into B-Barrel. This B-Barrel gonna be able to shield, and this B-Barrel is very unlikely to get off a second Surf. Oh wow, okay. And no, don't do the charge move. No. Okay. Okay, all right, that's fine. Okay, control yourself, King. It's still gonna be able to get off. That was very lucky that that was played it out, I guess, okay. I don't know, like no. What? Why are you doing a side shock? Don't do a side shock. No, and you shielded. No, okay. Well, I guess you have to shield, or else the damage is going to be too much. And I'm going to switch out into Suicune. And I'm going to land the Bubble Beam to take it out. Man, one switch out. Read his opponent very well. And going to go into the finals against the current number 1 ranked player. This player went 8-0 and is going 7-0 currently. And this is to play for the upset. And, oh man, a very interesting switch out. And I get the switch out to Alolan Sandslash because, Flamethrower on the Skuntank. Thank goodness the switch out occurred. And that's a really big reveal, to be honest. That's a humongous reveal. And that might ultimately be extremely costly because Flamethrower is 55 energy more expensive than Sludge Bomb. It's going to be basically a whole turn later. No shield, and it does less damage than man. Gonna go for the foul play. Wow. Playing the anti of the meta on movesets can be very costly sometimes. Gonna look to land this foul play right before fainting. Let's see if... oh, wow. Okay, quite a bit of farming can occur, but man, I'm gonna have a Alolan Ninetales. Expect the switch out right after this charge move. Likely gonna be a last resort. Switch out. Gonna occur anti-switch. And here comes... Gonna look to bait. Oh wow, okay. This Alolan Ninetales not looking saying I'm not playing around, okay. Psyshock. Alright, here comes another chart. Gonna have to shield one of these, like oh wow. Not willing to shield any of these. Gonna have to shield this. Like I don't know. Like, does it have to? I guess, like, not. This Umbreon is going to have to shield one of these Ice Punches eventually, right? And also didn't have to reveal the Gyro Ball, which is going to be valuable for later on in the match. And going to look to land another one. So spammy. No shield. And then expect the farm down from Alolan Ninetales. Ooh, very costly reveal from for Al Brown 77, and gonna look to the shield, and this is GG. I'll say don't Psyshock, please, Christos, please don't Psyshock. All right, gonna go Umbreon into Skuntank, but man, this is a totally different matchup than the other Skuntank matchups. Without Sludge Bomb, I like Flamethrower because you could switch in onto another opposing Skuntank and land the Flamethrower, and it's very devastating to it. But man, Flamethrower does not pack the same punch as Sludge Bomb. No stab, more energy. They probably do the same damage. I don't know. Let me check. Actually, I might be lying there. I think maybe it does 10. Let's see here. Poison, fire, damage. Okay. Sludge Bomb does 80, Flamethrower does 90, but stab on Sludge Bomb means it does 96, which means that it does, about 7% more damage. No reveal on this Gyro Ball. It's too soon for a Bulldoze. Let's see if it recognizes it. Oh, no shield. But is this going to be a Bulldoze, which is going to deal super effective damage and take a good chunk out of Alolan Sandslash? It is a Bulldoze. But this Gyro Ball is going to be able to get to Gyro Ball much faster than Bulldoze. Is it actually? I don't know actually how much energy. Bulldoze is 60. What's Gyro Ball? Is it also 60? It might also be 60, so I might have misspoken there. No, same amount of it. It's about the same amount of energy. So, but it does have the energy advantage. Gonna look to bait. Let's see how well Al Brown has been counting. And oh man, that is a battler's move right there. Wow. Okay. Jesus. Okay. And here comes gonna mirror down, and it doesn't really matter. This well, I guess the Psyshock is gonna put this match. Not gonna KO. But oh man, should have committed there. Okay, but way too much health. This Alolan Sandslash, cold and cool as ice, taking out its fellow brethren from the Alola region. And is that the second match? And I think this is the third and final match. This video has been almost an hour long. This is a crazy amount of battling. And we're going to go into Umbreon, into Alolan Sandslash. And this is a favorable matchup for Umbreon, but man, don't count out Alolan Sandslash. It still packs a punch, in this case an Ice Punch. And gonna do a decent amount of damage to Umbreon. This is not something that Umbreon can necessarily sleep on in terms of trying to farm down. Gonna look to land likely back to back. And here comes Suicune. This is unlikely going to be a Bulldoze. This is probably just going to be an Ice Punch, which is not going to do very much damage at all. And here comes B-Barrel. And going to look to land this Hydro Pump. And does a tremendous amount of damage. And this Hyper Fang is going to do a lot of damage as well. Oh, just a Surf Bait. Oh my gosh. And gonna look to Hydro Pump again. Let's see if this B-Barrel decides to shield. If it does, that's a good shield. No shield. And man, if this Bubble Beam goes through, oh man, nothing is going Al Brown's way this matchup. But the matchup is still not over. This Skunk Tank has a little bit too much of an energy advantage for this matchup to necessarily play out in favor, but gonna look to land as much damage as possible. Gonna have to shield if it wants to survive. And gonna be able to get off this Earth Power just in time, but is gonna lose the race. So this Al Brown's likely gonna farm up just a little bit of energy. Okay, this is very close. And gonna switch out into Umbreon. Gonna have to shield. Ooh, I don't know. Like, here comes the Alolan Sandslash. And should be able to beat this Skunk Tank to the next charge move. And even just lands the Last Resort. Even land the Foul Play. Foul Play just does like just over a quarter, I think. And able to take that match and end the match in a high note, winning a lot of matches. Like, really great play. Looking forward to coming to Chile at some point in time. I don't know when, but some point in time I will be there. Some really great battles, some amazing gameplay. This was a lot of Ferocious to watch, but I'm really glad that I was able to watch some really, really great battles and some really great use of Suicune. Didn't really use Lanoon too much. Maybe like Lanoon to threaten double water a little bit more to be able to use Alolan Sandslash and Nidoqueen. Oftentimes use those two in the back and really mixed in all at least 5 of the 6 Pokemon really effectively. Anyways, I'm going to leave there. If you guys like this video, we want to see more. We're not going to see very much more Ferocious Cup videos, so it doesn't matter how many times you like this video, but please like it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see everyone in the next video.